All right, so we are going to take this toward Peacock today, which basically means there's going to be a whole lot of work into the upper body and going through the entire back line of the body. So go ahead and keep that in mind. We'll get the Peacock at the very end of the class. But on the way here, I've got one demonstration. We're going to take a very flattened version of crow and work this into sort of a push-up as we take this back and forth. So just work things as best you can. I'll show you. You can just adjust it a little bit. You can come down deep, but try to move in your crow and keep the pose under control. You're going to have to hold a lot of muscle tension to do that, so it's going to be a lot of effort, whether or not it looks all that impressive, but just work it as best you can. So what'll happen at the end of the sequence from here, you're going to be in a forward fold, and we'll go right from here to crow. But to set this up, hands about shoulder width as usual, dig your fingertips down, and then when you lift your heels, bring the knees well outside your arms so you can flatten this out. Keep your inner thighs active and keep your legs squeezing in. And then to come into balance, bring your shoulders forward, lean forward, just take it slow, keep your legs squeezing, and when your feet lift, bring the toes to touch right away. Keep that tension of the inner thighs pressing into your arms. Now I just want you to hold on to this, keep that grip on the floor, look forward the whole time, and then 3 times I just want you to go back and forth. Pull the elbows back, let your shoulders dip down, and lift back up, and just keep taking it back and forth, and just a little bit of movement like this will be enough if you're not used to moving in a crow. Now if you want to come down deeper, you can pull the elbows back, maybe bring your nose down to the floor, but then of course you got to bring it back up, and you got to do that 3 times. So there's a bunch of extremes you can take this to. It can be a little bit of movement, it can be a lot. Just work it from wherever you're able to today and feel things out as best you can. If you come down low, remember, you don't want to just set your face on the floor. You got to be able to pick it back up. So be realistic with where you are. It's going to be a lot of effort either way and a lot of tension. It starts from the hands with your fingertips digging down, carries up all the way through your arms, and you want to keep that engagement in the inner thighs as well. We're definitely working to the shoulders quite a bit today, so keep that in mind. So to get this started, go ahead and bring yourself down onto your back. And once you come down, go ahead and set this up with your feet on the floor a little wider than your hips. Bring your knees in towards center, and this will help release your low back more fully to the mat. And once you set that up, just bring your arms out to your sides, open up your palms toward the ceiling. And position this however you like. Just keep it bending the elbows, keep your arms loose. Let your shoulders sink down, let your chest open up. And then just close your eyes. So just give yourself a moment to settle in like this. Let your mind quiet down. And then just start to deepen your breathing here when you're ready. So with the inhales, pulling as much as you can, fill up your lungs, hold on to all that breath at the top. When you exhale, constrict the back of your throat. So slow your breath down on the way back out. And just work to make your exhales last at least as long as your inhales as you breathe. And just keep breathing like this to begin. When you're ready, take a deep inhale. And when you exhale, just open your eyes. And then take things slow. With an inhale, reach your arms out long past your head. And with the exhale, just bring your arms down to your sides. Inhale, reach us out long. Exhale, arms to your sides again. Inhale, reach us out long. Exhale, arms to your sides. Inhale, reach us out long. And with the exhale this time, bring the arms down, but then curl up as well. Lift your head, lift your shoulders, stay lifted here. Belly pulled in, low back down, look forward, stretch forward through your fingertips. And then take it back and forth like this. With your next inhale, roll this out. Exhale, curl forward. Inhale, roll out long. Exhale, curl forward again. Inhale, roll this out. Now with the exhale, curl, but reach to the right of your legs. Inhale, roll this out long. Exhale, curl left. Inhale, roll out. Exhale, curl this right again. Inhale, roll out long. Exhale, curl to the left side. Inhale, roll this out. Exhale, curl right. Inhale, roll out long. Exhale, curl left again. Now inhale, roll this out long. And with the exhale, curl back to center this time. Keep your head and shoulders lifted. Look forward and stretch farther through your fingertips. Bring your shoulders up a little bit higher. Just hold. Take an inhale. And then with the exhale, take hold of your knees, pull them into your chest, relax your head down, and just squeeze everything down for a moment. And then take an inhale. And with the exhale, just release your grip, extend all 4 limbs up toward the ceiling. Now keep your belly pulled in, keep the low back on the floor, keep your arms and legs loose, and just roll out your wrists, roll out your ankles, move your fingers and toes, and just let the joints crack as they need to crack for a moment. And then straighten everything out. Reach your fingertips and toe tips toward the ceiling, belly pulled in, low back down. And just straighten your legs as much as you can. If you got to bend the knees, keep your ankles stacked over your hips and just minimize the bend. Now just take it side to side. So just scissor your arms and legs out wide and then reverse the cross as you take it back and forth. And as you're moving, keep the arms and legs as straight as you can. Keep your low back down. Try to take this wide. And go ahead and take this at whatever speed that you can, but keep the motion smooth here as you're going back and forth. And then go ahead and slow this down. And bring all 4 limbs back up to vertical, still reaching through the fingertips and toe tips as much as you can. Keep the low back down. Right arm reaches past your head about 45 degrees. Extend your left leg forward about 45 degrees as well, and just hold. And then switch that left arm past your head, right leg forward. And then just keep on switching. Now as you're switching and you're moving, you can go through a longer or shorter range. Just be sure your core stays braced and your low back stays on the floor as you move. And just keep taking this back and forth. And then go ahead and start to slow this down. Take it through another couple of rounds. And try to finish with the left arm past your head before we bring all 4 limbs back up to vertical. And then from vertical, bring your arms out wide, elbows to the floor, forearms vertical. Make your hands into fists, more like a bench pressing position than anything else. Now keep your fingers squeezed in, elbows and shoulders grounded. And then go ahead, bend your knees, squeeze them in toward your chest. And we're going to twist like this. So bring the knees down to the right side, but keep the right leg off the floor. Keep your shoulders grounded. And then knees through center. Twist over to the left. Back through center. Bring your knees over to the right. Keep your legs squeezing toward each other. And then through center. Bring your knees over to your left side again. Now back through center. Knees over to the right one more time. Now hold here. Let your legs sink down, but keep that right leg off the floor. Keep your shoulders grounded. Maybe extend the left leg further, right? And then bring it back through center. Knees down to the left side. Keep both shoulders down. And then maybe extend your right leg to the left, but hold your twist. And then come back into center. Now once you're back at center, just bring the feet down to the floor. I want to set this up for a variation of bridge. So feet and knees about hips width distance apart. Bring your heels in close. You start with your low back basically flat. And then bring your arms down to your sides, palms to the floor. Now we're going to take this up and down, but each time you lift your hips, I want you to reach your arms past your head and stretch this out long. Keep your shoulders grounded. And just keep your gaze up high. Now let's take it back and forth with an inhale. Press into your feet, squeeze your glutes, lift your hips and reach this out long. And then with the exhale, roll your spine back down and bring your arms to your sides. Inhale, lift up and reach again. Exhale, roll back down. Inhale, lift up and reach. And then with the exhale, lower. Inhale, hips high, reach the arms past your head. Exhale, bring everything down. Inhale, lift up and reach again. And then with the exhale, lower. Inhale, press your hips high, reach this long. Exhale, bring it back down. And then one more time, take an inhale, lift, and just hold. Now keep the arms reaching, press your hands down, keep your arms grounded, keep your glutes engaged. And with your hips lifted like this, just dig into your heels, lift your toes. Keep the glutes engaged, set your toes down, lift your heels. Heels to the floor, lift your toes up again. And then toes down, lift your heels. Bring the heels back down again, lift your toes. Toes down, lift your heels one more time. And then take an inhale. And with the exhale, just roll everything down. And bring your knees to your chest, bring your hands to your knees, squeeze everything in. Now as you're squeezing down, curl into this. Lift your head, lift your shoulders, bring your nose close to your knees. And then go ahead, roll this forward to a seat. Now once you're up, feet to the floor in front of you, about hips width distance apart, I want to set this up for reverse tabletop. Hands behind the shoulders, about shoulder width. Fingertips forward if you can. You can always rotate the fingers to the sides. But go ahead, press into your hands and feet, lift your seat up off the floor. And let's go back and forth. With an inhale, press your hips up high, squeeze your glutes. Exhale, sink down. Inhale, lift your hips up again. And then with the exhale, lower. Inhale, press this up high. Exhale, come back down. Inhale, lift your hips again. And then exhale, lower. Inhale, press this up high. Exhale, bring it back down. Inhale, lift your hips one more time and hold here. Now keep your glutes squeezing, stay lifted like this. You can look forward, look up, or hang your head back, but keep breathing. And then take an inhale. And with the exhale, come all the way down. Now once you're down, just take a moment, shake your hands out a little bit. I want to bring it back up and take this further into the shoulders, and this time we'll take it side to side. So feet still in front of your hips width, hands behind the shoulder width, and this time rotate your fingers to the side and start to rotate the fingers toward the back of the mat. Now go press in your hands and feet, lift your seat up off the floor. And with an inhale, press your hips up high and just hold that lift. Keep your glutes squeezing, keep your glutes tense. Now as you hold this, shift the weight to your left arm, and then bring the right hand to your left shoulder. Keep your hips high. And then both hands down. Shift your weight right. Left hand to the right shoulder. And then come back to center. Hips still lifted. Right hand to your left shoulder again. And then both hands down. Bring the left hand to your right shoulder. Keep your hips high. And come back to center. Right hand to your left shoulder again. And then set that hand down. Bring your left hand to the right shoulder. And then both hands to the floor. One more round. Right hand to your left shoulder. Maybe lift that right shoulder higher. And then bring the right hand down. Bring the left hand to your right shoulder one more time. Maybe lift your left shoulder a little bit higher. Glutes are still squeezing. And then set your left hand down. Come all the way down to the floor. And once you're down, shake your hands out for a moment. Now when you're ready, go ahead, cross at the ankles, roll forward your hands, find all fours, and just move around. Stretch your hands. Stretch your fingers. Let the shoulders and hips move side to side and just feel things out. And notice where you loosen, where you're tight. And then go ahead, bring this into center. I want to take this into a couple of wrist stretches. And the first one we're going to use is one of the entries for Peacock. So to come into this, go ahead, bring your knees out wide, wider than your hips. Big toes point toward each other. Now walk the hands in. I want you to set the hands down on the line that you draw between your knees. Now palms down, fingertips to the side, at least 90 degrees right or left. See about rotating your fingers further toward your feet. Just come to where you can. And set both hands down flat. Spread your fingers out wide, dig your fingertips down. Keep your seat low to your heels. And then pull your chest forward between the upper arms. Now bend the elbows in toward you. Try to push the elbows into your ribs or the muscles of your core and keep the weight in your hands like this. And this is the position you're going to start in. Then keep your chest open. Keep your gaze forward. And as you grip the floor, bend the elbows and bring the shoulders down just a little bit. Lift back up and keep the weight in your arms. And keep moving back and forth like this. Bending the elbows and then coming back up. Now keep your elbows pulled in. Keep your chest open. Keep looking forward. And as you get used to this, maybe bring your shoulders down further. Just don't put your face on the floor. You don't want to go too low. Now, the next time you come forward, stay forward like this. Keep your elbows pulled in. Keep your fingertips digging down. If you want to go further, slide your knees out a little bit wider, more weight to your hands. And for a little bit of a taste of Peacock, if you want to go further, see about lifting your knees up off the floor. And then go ahead and release that. Set your knees down. If they're lifted, come up onto the fingertips. And then walk your hands forward here for a moment in all fours. Now I want to take this a little bit differently from here. So I want you to bring the hands in close, maybe about one hand's length forward to your knees. And with the hands shoulder width, make your hands into fists. So bring the forefingers into your palms, thumbs outside. Press the fist straight down. With the palms facing in toward you and the backs of the hands facing away, almost like you're trying to stand like a gorilla. Now keep your knuckles pressed down to the floor, keep your fists clenched, and then just take this one wrist at a time. So bend to the right wrist, bring the back of the hand down, bend the elbow as much as you need. This will twist you a bit, and then come back up onto the knuckles. Do the same with the left wrist, bring the back of the hand down, and then lift back up, and just keep on moving back and forth like this. Now as you bend your wrist, keep your fingers curled in. Bend the elbows as much as you need to. And if you want to make the stretch more intense, you can try to hold the arms as straight as possible. But just take it back and forth, get used to the movement, let the stretch move through the backs of the hands and up into the forearms. And then the next time you bring the back of the right hand down, keep it down, come to the back of the left as well. And then release your fist, spread your fingers out wide, and straighten your arms as much as you can. Now keep the hands tense with your fingertips pressing down. Try to lift your spine, spread the shoulder blades apart. And you can always put a little bit on the elbows if you need. Now just take it back and forth from here. The backs of the hands stay grounded, but curl your fingers toward your palms as tight as you can. And then spread your fingers wide. And just move back and forth like this. Now keep on taking it back and forth, squeezing the fingers in and then opening up your hands. And just feel this out. And then the next time you can curl your fingers in, keep them curled in as much as you can. And just breathe for a moment. Take an inhale. And with the exhale, come up onto the fingertips, down to sitting on your heels, and take a moment. Shake your hands out. Loosen up your fingers and loosen up your wrists. Once the hands are ready, come back to all fours. And then from all fours, we're going to take a few variations of a push-up from here. Now, you're going to keep your knees down. So bring the knees together, feet together as well, but slide the hands in close. So the hands should be forward about one hand's length past your knees, but still with the hands shoulder width. Now, palms down. Rotate your fingers to the side so the middle fingers are about 45 degrees right or left. Spread your fingers wide. Dig your fingertips down. Grip your mat and keep that grip. Now, with your arms straight, bring your shoulders forward past your wrists. Look forward. Try to keep your gaze forward the whole time. The forward lean is where the work comes in, and this is where you're going to feel it in the shoulders. Now, let's just take it back and forth, and if you want to make this harder, you can lift your feet up off the floor. But from here, shoulders forward, squeeze your elbows into your sides as they bend. Bring your chin down low. Press back up the straight arms and try to hold that forward lean. Again, shoulders forward, elbows in, bring your chin down low. And then press it back up for two. Take it slow. Shoulders forward, elbows in, bring your chin down low. Press it back up for three. Shoulders forward, elbows in, bring it down. And then press back up for four. Shoulders forward, elbows in, take it down low. Press back up for five. And then just relax for a moment. Roll out your shoulders, shake your hands out a little bit. And we're just taking a little break because there's going to be more. So when you're ready, come back into position with the legs together, hands forward about one hand's length, but still shoulder width, fingertips to the sides. Now this time as you set it up, I want you to step your right leg straight back, big toe to the floor, and engage the glutes on the right side. Keep your hips squared so the right leg stays in line with your upper body as we go back and forth. This will give you more leverage and you should be able to come further forward. Now look forward, keep your chest open. And then when you're ready, again, shoulders forward, elbows squeeze in, bring your chin down low. Press back up the straight, try to keep that forward lean. Shoulders forward, elbows pulled in, bring your chin down low. Press back up for two. Shoulders forward, elbows in, take it down low. Press back up for three. Shoulders forward, elbows in, bring it down low. And then press back up for four. Shoulders forward, elbows in, bring it down. And then press back up for five. Bring your right knee down. Take a moment, shake your hands out, roll your shoulders out a little bit. And of course, we got to take it on the other side. So come back into your setup. Knees together, feet together, hands forward, one hand's length, but still shoulder width, fingertips to the sides. And then go ahead and step your left foot back, this time big toe to the floor. Now keep your hips level and square. Keep the glutes engaged on the left side. Look forward, start with the shoulders past the wrists. Back and forth. Shoulders forward, elbows in, bring your chin down low. And then press it back up for one. Shoulders forward, elbows in, take it down. Come back up for two. Shoulders forward, elbows in, bring it down low. Press back up for three. Shoulders forward, elbows in, take it down. Come back up for four. Shoulders forward, elbows in, bring it down. And then press back up for five. Bring your left knee down and then shake your hands out for a moment again. Loosen things up. All right, still working with the back line of the body and with the upper back and the shoulders. Bring yourself to all fours when you're ready. I'm going to take a variation of spinal balance here. Now, wrists underneath the shoulders and knees underneath the hips. Keep your gaze down toward the floor. Now, keep your spine long. Reach the crown of the head straight forward and keep your neck in line with the rest of your spine. Now, as you're looking down, extend your right arm forward and your left leg straight back. Reach to your fingertips and toe tips. And we'll go back and forth from here. So take an inhale. With the exhale, squeeze this in, elbow to knee underneath. Inhale, reach. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach. Exhale, elbow to knee again. Inhale, reach. Now exhale, elbow to knee one more time. From here, with your right hand, reach back, take hold of your left foot. Once you've got that grip, kick into your hand and pull the right shoulder to lift the left knee high. Now keep your gaze forward, stay open. You can hold here, and this is good enough. Now if you can take it further, it's a little bit of a push-up with that left arm. Now keep your gaze forward, grip the floor with your left hand, and then pull the left elbow toward you. Maybe lower a little bit, maybe bring the elbow down all the way, and then press back up, straight left arm. Again like that, pull the elbow straight back, just bring it down to where you can. Press back up to straight. Again, elbow straight back, maybe take it down a little bit, maybe a lot. Back up to a straight left arm. 2 more times, pull that elbow back, just take it to where you can, and bring it back up to straight. 1 more time, draw the elbow back, keep your gaze forward. Press back up, straight left arm, and release, come into all fours. From all fours, move around. And of course, we got to take that on the other side. So when you're ready, wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. And again, keep your gaze down, keep your spine long, reach the crown of the head straight forward. When you're ready, extend your left arm forward this time and reach your right leg back. Now take an inhale here. Exhale, squeeze in elbow to knee. Inhale, reach. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach. Exhale, elbow to knee again. Inhale, reach. Exhale, elbow to knee one more time. Stay here, and with your left hand, reach back to your right foot. Now, once you've got that grip, kick into your hand, pull your shoulder forward, look forward, and bring that right knee up high. Maybe stay here. Now, if you can take it further, grip the floor with the right hand, keep your gaze forward, but then pull the right elbow straight back. Maybe lower a little bit, maybe come down all the way. Press back up, straight right arm. Again, pull the right elbow back. Just take it down to where you can, and then lift back up. Again, right elbow back, keep the right knee high, just bring it down low. Come back up. 2 more times, draw the right elbow straight back, take it slow, and then lift back up. 1 more time, pull the right elbow back, bring it down to where you can. Press back up, straight right arm, and then back to all fours. And then from all fours, just move around and breathe here. Now you're going to stay here and breathe. Just take a break. Maybe take another stretch before you move on. But when you're ready, tuck your toes, straighten your legs, lift your hips, and bring yourself into downward facing dog. Now once you move with your down dog, take a look at how you set this up. Hands about shoulder width distance apart. Press your hands flat and feel some weight toward the base of your thumbs. Now sink your chest down low to the floor. Reach your hips up high toward the ceiling. And keep that long upward reach for the hips. Use your core, pull in the belly, draw them from the ribs, and extend your spine longer to reach the hips up higher. If your legs are tight, you can keep your knees bent. You can always stay loose on this, paddle this out. When you're ready, take an inhale. And then with the exhale, just bend the knees, look forward, step to the front. Let's take a ragdoll fold. So feet about hips width distance apart, deep bend the knees, let your belly touch your thighs. Let your head hang, let your spine round. Let everything go long and loose here, and let the muscles of your neck relax. Now you can hang your hands to the floor. You can reach to opposite elbows if you like, and maybe shake this side to side to loosen further. And then when you're ready, just release any grip that you have. Keep the bend in your knees to begin, and then restack your spine. Slowly round this up to standing, bring your head up last, and just open up your palms at your sides. Now when you're ready, with an inhale, reach your arms up high. And then with the exhale, bring your hands down to heart center. Now take a moment to breathe, set an intention. Let your mind clear, find your focus. Take a deep inhale. And then with the exhale, just release your hands. Now with the next inhale, reach us up high. Exhale, fold all the way down. Now start with a straight spine, put a little bend in the knees. Keep and just reach this out long and release at the bottom. With an inhale, lift it up halfway, fingertips to the floor or to your shins, lengthen forward through the crown of your head. And then with the exhale, just bring your hands to the mat and let's step it back to high plank. Now find your shape, wrists underneath the shoulders, palms press to the floor, press the floor away from you, press your spine up toward the ceiling, keep that lift. And then from here, take an inhale. Now with the exhale, slowly bring your shoulders forward as the elbows bend. Keep your body in line. Elbows pulled into your sides and lower with control all the way down into your belly. Now once you're down, flatten the feet up behind you. Hands under the shoulders, elbows into your sides. And we'll take this up and down through low cobra. So with an inhale, just peel up your head, neck, and chest. Exhale, roll this back down. Inhale, peel this up again. And then with the exhale, lower. Now inhale, peel up one more time and stay lifted here. Now keep the lift in the upper body, press into your feet. Take some or all the weight out of your hands. Elbows at your sides, pull the shoulders back, keep your gaze forward. And work to lift up a little bit higher. Take an inhale. Exhale, roll it down. Hands under the shoulders, elbows into your sides, press the palms down to the floor. And let's take it to upward facing dog. So with an inhale, straighten your arms. Now pull your chest forward. Let your hips hang. Stand the tops of your feet. Keep your legs active. Work to lift your knees up from the mat. To take it further, kick your feet down. Squeeze your glutes. Pull the hips forward and deepen and lengthen the arc all through the front. Lift with the arms. Lift with your shoulders. Keep your neck long. Keep your chest pulling forward. Take an inhale. And then with the exhale, pull your belly in. Hips up high to down dog. Paddle out. Let your hips move side to side. Now from your down dog, take a deep inhale. With the exhale, bend your knees, look forward, step or float. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to standing, reach us up high. And with the exhale, just sink into chair. Put the weight to your heels, bend your knees, and bring your hips down low. Now as you settle in, just be aware of your stance. Feet within, hips width distance, not too wide. Big toes and knees towards center, belly pulled in. Reach your arms out wide. And we'll take an eagle bind. It's going to be left arm under, right arm over. Cross at the elbows, palms to touch, thumbs toward your face. If you have trouble getting the palms together, just reach across to the shoulders and do what works. Now with your arms crossed, keep squeezing. Keep your hips low, keep your knees bent. Put the weight to the left foot, lift your right heel. And then back and forth with your right leg, right heel to left knee. And then bring it down, right knee to left calf. Bring it up again, heel to knee. And then down, knee to calf. Up again, heel to knee. And then down, knee to calf one more time. Now set the right foot down next to left, your back in chair. Push into the right foot, and then come into full eagle. Left leg crosses tightly over the right. Now squeeze your legs together, sink your hips down. You can always touch that left foot to the floor. Pull the shoulders back, lift the elbows, keep your gaze forward, and just breathe here. Now take an inhale. And with the exhale, slowly straighten your right leg, lift your left knee. Release the arm bind, bring your hands to your low back. Now open up the palm, spread your fingers out wide, draw your shoulders back and open up your chest. I'm almost remembering a different flow. Keep a little bit on the right knee. I'm going to take this to a warrior 3. So go ahead, hinge from the right hip, extend your left leg straight back. Keep your lifted body in line. So maybe more upright, maybe more toward parallel with the floor. Lower the left hip so your hips are squared. Keep your gaze forward, shoulders pulled back. And then work this from the right leg. So bend to the right knee, bring your belly down toward your right thigh. Press into the right foot and come back up. Bend the right knee, belly toward your thigh, sink down. Press into your right foot, lift back up. One more time, belly to the right thigh, sink down as low as you can, keep your shoulders pulled back. And then take an inhale. With the exhale, both hands down, left foot down behind your low lunge. Now from here to a dancer's bridge, left hand is your base. Roll to the outside edge of your left foot, right foot steps behind your left leg, sink down. With an inhale, press your hips up high and reach your left arm past your head. Now keep your glutes squeezing, keep your hips lifting. You can stack your shoulders like side plank or open your chest more like a back bend, but keep pressing up high, keep your left arm strong, and just breathe. Now take an inhale. With the exhale, sink straight down. Right hand forward, right foot forward into low lunge. Now set up your stance. Be sure your feet on 2 separate tracks, hips width distance apart, left heel lifted behind. When you're ready, hands to your hips. With an inhale, bring your torso upright and find your high lunge stance. So deep under the right knee, left leg towards straight, left hip forward, right hip back, keep your hips squared to the front. And then once you're ready, with an inhale, reach your arms up high. Exhale, vertical twist, right arm back, left arm forward, open up your chest to the right. Inhale to center, reach us up high. Exhale, twist again, right arm back, left arm forward. Inhale to center, arms up high. Exhale one more time, right arm back, left arm forward, open up to the right and hold here. Now keep your spine upright, arms reaching wide, look back toward the right hand and just breathe. Now with your next inhale, turn to center, reach your arms up high. And then bring the hands behind your head. Now interlace the fingers, palms open, elbows wide, shoulders pulled back. Keep your gaze forward. And keep your chest open, hold your spine upright. Take it to the back leg. Dip your left knee down low just above the floor. And then lift back up. Left knee low just above the floor. And then lift back up. One more time, dip your left knee down, hover above the floor. Hold here. Keep your spine tall, keep the shoulders pulled back. Keep breathing. And then just set the left knee down and flatten the left foot behind you. Take a kneeling lunge, so both legs at 90 degrees. Everything to vertical from the left knee up. Kick your left foot down, squeeze your glutes, and push the right foot into the floor. Now with an inhale, reach your arms up high. Exhale, elbows wide, let your head fall back and open up your chest. Inhale, reach this up, look forward. Exhale, open up, elbows wide. Inhale, arms high, look forward. Exhale, one more time, elbows wide, hold here. Now keep the left foot kicking down, keep your glutes squeezing. And then take it further, bring the left hand to your chest with your right hand. Reach back toward your left heel, look down the length of your right arm. Now maybe you touch the heel, maybe you don't. But keep the left foot kicking down, keep that left hip pressing forward, keep breathing. Now with your next inhale, turn to center, reach your arms up high. And with the exhale, both hands down inside the right foot. Now with the hands down, slide the right foot back behind your hands, step the left foot forward next to the right. And then from this forward fold, we'll take it right into crow. So press in your palms, dig your fingertips down, heels up, knees outside the arms so we can flatten this out. And keep your legs squeezing in. Now look forward, lean forward, go slow, but lift the feet together, toes to touch, hold here with the legs squeezing. And then 3 times for that push up. You can take it down a lot or a little bit. Pull the elbows back, dip your shoulders down. Squeeze the legs in and lift back up. Pull the elbows back, bring your shoulders down. And then squeeze in and lift. One more time, pull the elbows back, dip your shoulders down. Lift back up one more time. And then take it through your Vinyasa. Once you find your down dog, move around, breathe. Now take all that from the other side. From downward facing dog, take an inhale. With the exhale, bend the knees, look forward, step or float. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold down. Inhale to standing, reach us up high. And then with the exhale, sink into chair, put the weight to heels, bend your knees, and bring your hips down low. And again, as you settle in, feet within hips with distance, big toes and knees towards center. Reach your arms out wide. And take a heel bind on this side. It's going to be right arm under this time, left arm over. Cross the elbows, palms to touch, thumbs toward your face. Or reach the shoulders. Again, do what works. Keep the arms squeezing. Now focus weight on the right foot. Lift your left heel. Back and forth. Left heel to right knee. And then left knee down to right calf. Bring it up again. Heel to knee. Sink back down, knee to calf. Bring it up again, heel to knee. And then down, knee to calf one more time. Now set the left foot down next to the right. And then bring this into eagle with the right leg crossed tightly over the left. Now squeeze your legs together, sink your hips down. You can always touch that right foot to the floor. Shoulders back, elbows up, keep the arms squeezing. And just breathe here. Now with your next inhale, straighten your left leg, lift your right knee. And then release the bind, bring your hands to your low back, palms open. Fingers wide, shoulders back, elbows wide, keep your chest open. And then take it slowly to your warrior 3. Pull down the left knee. Hinge from the left hip, extend the right leg straight back, and keep your lifted body in one long line. Maybe more upright, maybe toward parallel with the floor, but keep the hips squared. Keep looking forward and pull the shoulders back. Now as you hold this shape, work it from your left leg. Bend your left knee, belly down toward your thigh. Press into your left foot, lift back up. Again, bend the left knee, belly toward the thigh. Press into your left foot, lift back up. Bend the left knee, belly toward your thigh, come down low, hold here. Take an inhale. With the exhale, bring both hands down, set the right foot down behind your low lunge. From here to your dancer's bridge, right hand's your base. Roll to the outside edge of the right foot, left foot steps behind the right leg, sink down. With an inhale, press your hips high. Reach your left arm and stay lifted here. Keep your glutes squeezing. Let your head fall back. Just breathe. Maybe stack the shoulders. Maybe take it toward a back bend with your chest open toward the ceiling. Take an inhale. And then with the exhale, sink back down. Left hand forward, left foot forward into low lunge, and take a moment to set this up. Now feet on 2 separate tracks, hips width distance side to side, right heel lifted behind. When you're ready, hands your hips. And then with an inhale, come all the way up right to your high lunge stance. Deep bend left knee, right leg towards straight, right hip forward, left hip back. Keep your spine upright. With an inhale, reach the arms up high. And with the exhale, twist, left arm back, right arm forward, open up your chest to the left. Inhale to center, reaches up high. Exhale, twist again, left arm back, right arm forward. Inhale to center, arms high. Exhale one more time, left arm back, right arm forward, hold here. Now keep your torso upright, arms reaching wide, look back toward that left hand, keep your right hip pulling forward. With an inhale, turn to center, arms up high. And then with the exhale, hands behind your head, interlace the fingers, palms open, elbows wide, shoulders pulled back, keep your spine upright. Take this into the back leg and take it slow. Dip your right knee low just above the floor. And then lift back up, keep your torso upright. Right knee low just above the floor. And then lift back up again. Right knee low just above the floor, hold here, stay tall for your spine. And then set the right knee down all the way. Now go ahead, flatten the right foot behind you. Find that kneeling lunge. Everything stacks to vertical from the right knee up. Keep your right foot kicking down. Keep your left foot rooted. With an inhale, reach the arms up high. Exhale, elbows out wide. Let your head fall back, open up your chest. Inhale, reaches up high. Exhale, open up. Inhale, arms up high. Exhale, open up one more time. Hold here to keep your chest open. And then bring the right hand to your chest. With your left hand, reach back toward the right heel. Look down the length of your left arm. Now kick into that right foot. Press that right hip forward. Keep breathing. With your next inhale, turn to center, arms up high. And then with the exhale, hands down inside the left foot. Now pull the left foot back behind your hand, step the right foot next to the left forward fold, and go right into crow. So press into your palms, dig your fingertips down, heels up, knees outside the arms. Squeeze the legs in, look forward, lean forward, go slow. Lift your feet together, toes to touch. Now take it toward the push-up. Pull the elbows back, dip your shoulders down a little bit or a lot. Squeeze your legs in and lift back up. Again, pull the elbows back, bring the shoulders down. Squeeze your legs in and lift. One more time, pull the elbows in, bring your shoulders down. And then one more time, lift. And then take it through another vinyasa. Once you find your down dog, move around and breathe. From your down dog, take an inhale. And then with the exhale, bend the knees and come down to all fours. And we'll take this up into a version of camel. Now I want you to set this up, knees about hips width distance apart, about 1 fist distance between your thighs. Now I always do this with my feet flat behind me. You can tuck your toes if you prefer. But bring yourself upright so everything stacks to vertical from the knees on up. Hands to your hips. Now press your feet into the floor. Squeeze your glutes and keep the glutes engaged and your hips pressing forward. Now, you can keep the hands where they are. I'm going to recommend that we take this into the upper back. For that, bring your hands to heart center. Now, the hips are still forward. Walk your gaze up the wall in front of you. Find the point of the ceiling directly above. Check in with the pose here. Release your shoulders to the floor. Hips are still pressing forward. Glutes are engaged. Now, draw your spine up and out of your pelvis with that tension of the glutes. This is good enough right here. Keep your feet pressing down. If you want to go further, you can walk your gaze along the ceiling, maybe find the back wall. And then if you want to take this further into the upper back, keep the elbows bent, but start to lift them up toward the ceiling. If you're going to go further, keep looking back, maybe reach the arms behind your head. Now take this to where you can, but keep your hips pressing forward and just keep breathing. Now, draw everything back in, hands to heart center. Walk your gaze along the ceiling, find the wall in front of you. Come down to sitting on your heels. And then once you're down, just give yourself a moment here and breathe. Now keep in mind, if you took this deep, you might see spots, and if you need to just chill out for a moment, feel free. But otherwise, we're going to take it into Peacock from here, and I want you to just work this as best you can to try to find at least a little bit of a back bend in your upper back as you're looking for the pose, all right? This is one of the counterintuitive things about Peacock itself. Now, I'm going to take the setup that I showed you before when we were doing the wrist stretch. So go ahead and set this up. Knees a little bit wider than your hips. Big toes pointing toward each other. Walk your hands in so you can set your hands down on that line that you can draw between your knees. Now it's going to be palms down. At least rotate your fingertips to the sides 90 degrees right and left. If you can go further, try to point the fingers toward your feet. The wrist stretch is actually part of the pose. Now, however you set that up, set the hands down so you can pull the elbows underneath your torso. So maybe the hands go wide and the elbows come into center. Maybe you got to bring the hands together to make that happen. It depends on how you built, the proportions, the length of your limbs in relation to your torso. So just feel this out for a moment here. Keep your seat down low. And as you set this up, pull your chest forward between the upper arms. Bend the elbows in toward you so you can rest some weight on your arms. So you're going to balance on the shelf of the upper arms from here. And then look forward. Now, like we did in the wrist stretch, keep gripping the floor, but let your knees go wide, put more weight on the arms. And keep the gaze forward. Now, bend the elbows, bring your chest forward. And as you go further into that forward lean, your legs will get light, and this should help you lift your knees. Now, if you keep your knees bent, this is the easiest variation. If you can take it further, maybe extend your legs out to the sides, that's a straddle. Maybe squeeze your legs together, but keep leaning forward and find that engagement all along the back line of your body to move into the pose. And keep in mind, this is not an easy pose. And most people do this with their upper back rounded and their face coming down to the floor. The real trick of finding your balance is being able to engage your upper back so you can pull your chest forward and try to keep your gaze forward the whole time. Now, you're welcome to try the setup that we just had. And if you want to go into this next setup, this will be more direct, and this is from plank. So for that, just bring yourself into your plank shape. So wrists at the shoulders, step your feet straight back, bring your body into line, and bring your legs together here to start. And just look down. Now slide your hands close to your feet, maybe about half a hand's length or even a full hand's length, a little bit closer, and keep the palms down. This is where you adjust the hand position. So rotate your fingers to the side at least 90 degrees, maybe further back, and don't worry about this being identical to what you did before. But once you set your hands down, maybe they go wider, maybe narrower, but pull your chest between the upper arms, bend the elbows in so you can set your weight on your elbows, and keep your gaze forward, keep your chest pulling forward. Now, if you're going to do this with bent knees, which is most people, slide the feet forward, let your knees go wide, and then lean forward to lift your feet. If you can take it further, legs out to the side in a straddle, maybe squeeze your legs together. And again, keep that forward lean, keep your chest pulling forward. And work it as best you can. And it's a big pose. It's not easy to do, but it is certainly not impossible if you can just find the leverage, keep in mind. All right, if you want to work on that further, feel free. And if you're ready to move on, bring yourself into down dog, and we'll take this into half pigeon. So once you find your down dog, inhale the right leg high behind you. And then with the exhale, bring it forward. Right knee behind the right wrist, right ankle somewhere behind the left. Go ahead, bring your left knee down, left foot flat behind. Pull your right hip forward. Keep your hips in line and sink your weight straight down toward the mat. Look for at least some of that stretch on the right side, outer right hip or toward the glutes. Now you can stay upright like this and keep your chest open. This is good enough. If you want to go deeper, you can move toward the back bend. And if you want to settle in, you can come down to the elbows, maybe melt down all the way. Go ahead, relax in this pose if you need to, but still keep the hips squared and find at least some of that stretch on the right side and just breathe into this here. All right, now if your hands are forward, walk them in close. We're going to take another pose. So go ahead, lower yourself onto the right hip, swing your left leg forward, And we're going to take Lord of the Fishes here, so it's a seated twist. So bring the right heel outside your left hip and step your left foot down outside the right thigh. And if you need to back off from this, you can always do this with the right leg extended and the left leg crossed over. But get both sit bones down to the floor. When you're ready, set your left hand down behind you. Inhale your right arm up high. And with the exhale, move into your twist, right elbow past your left thigh. Now sit this up tall, crown of the head toward the ceiling. Look back over your left shoulder. Use your right arm, press into your left leg. Keep reaching the crown of the head straight toward the ceiling and just keep breathing deeply here. Take a deep inhale. And then with the exhale, just release your twist. Bring both hands over to the right side. Lightly open up your chest to the right. And then go ahead and release. Turn to center, hands behind. Lean back, untangle the legs. And just cross the ankles. Come forward your hands and step back to down dog. From your down dog, let's take all that on the other side. When you're ready, with an inhale, raise your left leg high. Exhale, bring it forward. Left knee behind your left wrist, left ankle somewhere behind the right. Go ahead, bring your right knee down, right foot flat behind. Pull the right hip forward, keep it in line with the left. And just sink your weight straight down. Look for at least some of that stretch in the outer left hip or toward the glutes. And keep your hips squared like this. Maybe stay upright. Again, maybe take it deeper toward the back bend. You can melt down to the elbows. You can come down all the way, take it to where you like, and just breathe with it here. And then again, from here, if your hands are forward, walk them in close. Lower to the left hip, swing your right leg forward. And let's take the twist on this side. So left heel outside the right hip, right foot outside your left thigh this time. And you can always do the left leg extended and the right leg crossed over. Once you're ready, set the right hand down behind you. Inhale your left arm up high. And with the exhale, bring the left elbow down past your right thigh. Now sit this up tall, crown of the head toward the ceiling. Keep reaching the top of your head up and look back over the right shoulder. Keep that left arm pressing into the right leg. And just breathe as deeply as you can here as you're twisting. Take a deep inhale. Now with the exhale, just release the twist. Open up your chest to the left side. Just lightly twist left for a moment. And then turn back to center, hands behind. Lean back, untangle the legs. And bring yourself all the way down onto your back. Once you're down, pull your knees into your chest. Squeeze everything in. And let's take it to happy baby. Go ahead, reach between the knees. Take hold of the outside edges of your feet. And then stack your ankles above your knees and draw down on both sides. Now press your knees down toward the floor outside your ribs and press your feet back up into your hands at the same time. And keep the tension working both up and down. Try to flatten your spine, sink your tailbone down toward the mat. And then if you want to take this further, you can rock a little bit side to side. Further still, you can extend your legs out against your grip. And then finally, when you're ready, take a deep inhale here. Draw down as much as you can. And with your exhale, just release. Extend your legs out fully. Lay your arms at your sides. Open up your palms toward the ceiling. And then just let your eyes close here and let your body settle down into the mat. And just let yourself move bit by bit here, fingers and toes, arms and legs. Take a deep inhale, reach your arms out long past your head. And then draw everything in. Bring the elbows toward your chest, pull your knees up as well. And find your way up to a comfortable seat. Ground yourself into the mat here, stack your spine. Bring your hands up to heart center. And then take a deep inhale. Hold on to at the top. And just let everything go. Thank you for joining class. Namaste.